Welcome back to the Ro&Dash podcast.
I'm Ro.
This is Dash, and today's topic
It's Invincible Season 2.
This is a nasty season.
Nasty season. Why you call it nasty?
Because Mark was getting his ass handed to him all season.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Season 1 ended.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark.
So
Very true.
it was kind of rough. I mean, Season 1 was just Mark just realizing who he was, his abilities, who his father was, and then it all went to hell.
Yeah, which is fun. That was fun for us.
Yeah.
Teeth knocked out.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome.
That's pretty gruesome.
But
Which is the highlights of the show.
True. But at the beginning of this season, Mark is dealing with some issues from that previous encounter with his father. His father pretty much nearly beat him to death. And in Season 2, he's there trying to get back into the flow of being a regular hero.
He's saving lives, getting ready to go to college. Debbie's sending him off. She's like, nah, you gotta go. You gotta go be a kid. So most of the episode for the first episode, we're looking at this guy named Angstrom. Angstrom is a dimensional traveler. Travels to various different dimensions. He brought a whole bunch of himself from different dimensions and then tried
merging all their minds together
to
come up with a solution.
Yeah,
because in their dimensions, Mark is evil.
All their dimensions.
In all their dimensions, Mark is evil.
Our Mark is the only one that's good.
And unfortunately, the Mark that we're viewing, is good, but all the other versions don't realize that except for the one.
Yeah.
So it's like, I didn't understand how that was gonna work because of the fact that, all right, you're merging all the minds together, but if everybody sees him as evil, and you know that he's good, how's that gonna work out?
He would have to decompartmentalize all the memories. As difficult as it sounds, it was crazy. But long story short, the Mauler twins messed everything up. Blew everything to hell.
Yeah, because Invincible, he came in to stop it, and then the Mauler twins or their duplicates, because it wasn't just the twins themselves. It was
the original twins, but then it was the twins from
different versions,
different dimensions he brought in to help.
Yeah.
But it got blown up. Angstrom looks crazy, but we'll talk more about him towards the end. Episode 3 and 4 is more so college life, slice of life. Mark trying to be a regular person, all the while, saving people.
Which I think is dope because it's good to show that he was trying to live a regular life.
It's a waste of goddamn time.
It is a waste of time.
Waste of goddamn. Well, specifically the Amber relationship. It was cool to begin with.
Yeah.
It was cool to begin with, but like, I'm out here being a superhero. Like, I'm never going to see you.
Well, he was able to see her though. That he was able to see her.
Barely.
All right.
He was gone for 2 months before that.
He was able to see her.
She had to lie to her friends. She gained new friends in college, and she had to lie to them. Like, oh yeah, he's out dealing with family issues or whatever she said, and they're like, yo, is he real? Like, he's not real. Like, he's not real. But then episode 3, we get a little slice of life from Alan the alien.
Yeah, he's out there living his life in space until the Viltrumites roll up on him and nearly kill him.
His eye popped out.
His
body.
Like, it was funny. He was like, yeah, my eye popped out my body.
I saw it.
That
was later on in the season. We might as well. We have to get to episode 4 before that. But episode 4, which is, I don't know how some of y'all liked it. How did you like the fact that they split up the season? So back in December we got 4 episodes, and then we had to wait until March, and then we got the last 4 episodes.
I think that's the best. I mean, that's the best way to break it up, unless they're gonna try to give us more episodes, which they obviously weren't. So
A lot of people were like, "What?" Like I talked to a lot of people, and they were like,
I know,
"What? Like it's over already?"
Yeah, but if they're not gonna produce, if they're not gonna produce like 12 episodes, it's kind of fair to them.
So they did it based off of animation. So like a lot of reports from viewers, a lot of reports online are just saying that the animation in certain instances hasn't been great.
It was trash.
Fight scenes,
There was some animation that was horrible.
fight scenes are always good,
Yeah,
but like some of the stills and
regular
some of the
talking,
character,
they did look trash.
it looked trash.
Yeah.
That's why they had that one scene when Amber and Mark went to Comic-Con, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did all of that stuff to basically joke on themselves. It was a very meta, like 5 minutes. That was pretty cool. But no, going back to episode 4, the first half back in December. So Mark gets a visit from Seance Dog, a little dog comic book that he reads.
Yeah.
But then he's like, "Nah, I don't trust this. I don't trust this." So he's like, "Nah, I'm figuring what this is about." So it ends up being a Thraxan, well, a bug person or whatever.
Yeah.
So he gets the story. Yeah, we're my planet is being marauded by meteors.
We need your help.
We need your help. So he goes.
Yeah.
And he finally gets to Thraxan.
Yep, he sees his pops.
He sees his pops.
So
hands?
I thought there was gonna be hands thrown, which kind of to me would have made sense, but at the same time, you gotta look at things a little iffy. He's like, I can't just roll up into this because I might just get my ass beat again.
I don't even think his mindset was on that. I think I miss my dad.
I know that was a good thing to see. I'm glad it didn't turn into like, oh, I'm just gonna fight you inside. It was like, I do miss my father.
Well, they not that it was a hint, but think back to season 1 at the end when he asked the question like, "Yo, when everything is turned to dust, and
after 500 years, is like, what you gonna have?"
Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
And he was like,
you.
So yeah.
So
that's
still his father at the end of the day. Then we had to wait a little bit, and then comes the aftermath. Well, no, Omni-Man wants Mark to train with him to get ready for the Viltrumites.
Yeah, because
they're gonna come.
He called them there so he could help him fight the Viltrumites that are coming.
Because he abandoned his post.
Yeah.
He abandoned his post.
Yeah.
So then 3 Viltrumites come. Someone online calls him the black one Steve Harvey.
Why?
Because
the stash
in the bald head. Yeah. But yeah, so three Viltrumites come, and it's just an all out battle, and true to form.
Yeah.
Marcus getting his ass beat.
Because he was holding back. He didn't want to. I don't think he likes. He registers that people are coming to kill you. Like all the villains that were fighting him, their main mission was like, "All right, I'm gonna kill you."
Do you remember what Battle Beast did to him?
Yeah, but Battle Beast is just for the fight. He's there for the fight. He's like, "I want to fight." He's like, "I'm gonna fight." No, like, he's like, "I'm gonna fight." He's like, "I'll fight all of you, and if none of you are worthy enough, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna bounce."
Yeah, what he did. So, Omni-Man ends up slicing the black Viltrumite Steve Harvey's stomach open.
Yeah,
his guts comes out, and then he impales him with like a sharp rock or something like that. It's over.
Yeah, Mark starts throwing hands for real because that old lady was beating his ass.
The old lady with the blade on her braid,
on her ponytail.
How long does it take you to get to master that fighting style? Like all I'm doing is throwing my braid at you and I'm messing you up.
It's just a long ass ponytail.
That
So
show's
you
funny.
just whipping your head back and forth.
So they win because Omni-Man
Kills everybody.
Omni-Man ends up splitting there was a third dude with glasses.
Yeah.
He ends up splitting his head in half.
Yeah.
Like or crushing his head. Like he looked crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he helps Mark with the chick. He ends up taking her braid, whipping it back, and then elbowing. Like he gave her the people's elbow, but it was a fatality. It wasn't the Rock's. It wasn't the Rock's people's elbow. It was Mortal Kombat's people's elbow. No jawline. She's done.
Yeah.
But then Steve Harvey comes back.
Yeah. He's black. He don't give up. He's like, nah.
He's black, so he doesn't give up.
He's like, nah, I'm up.
He breaks Omni-Man's spine.
Mm-hmm.
He can't move. Thrag, General Thrag comes, and
was it Thrag that come?
Yeah, no, not Thrag.
Yeah, it was.
Thrag's not. They only showed Thrag.
Yeah, they haven't. I don't think they haven't showed him yet.
No, they did in one scene.
They did.
Yeah, they did in one scene when they was talking about Viltrum.
So I don't know. I think his second in command.
Yeah.
Second in command, the guy with the scope.
Yeah. He comes.
Yeah.
And he picks up Omni-Man
and tells Mark to go back and do what he's supposed to do.
And he better subjugate all them humans. He better subjugate us. And if he don't, they all gonna die.
We'll get somebody else.
Then we got the little hiatus, and then episode 5 through 8. We didn't even talk about it, but Omni-Man got a baby, Oliver.
Getting them the alien guts and bugs.
Ew. Ew. So the Thraxans, their life expectancy is about a year.
Yeah, which is kind of wild.
But so in the time that Mark is there, Omni-Man's wife
aged heavily.
So significantly. Like when we first met her back in episode 4, she was maybe like super young, vibrant. By the 2 months it's done, she's like an old lady.
Yeah,
and
she's like, I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna make it. And so Mark has to take Oliver,
his brother,
back to Earth.
Yep.
And
his mom.
He asks
his mom,
Debbie, "Yo, can you take care of my brother? Like this is Omni-Man. This is Nolan's.
This is your husband's other son.
This is your husband's other son.
And I can't watch it. Can you?
But let's think about that. How human is that? How many other dudes? How many dudes can we say like, yo, he would do that? like he would do that, son. Like I'm gonna bring my mistresses and our baby back home. Like, yo, listen, I messed up. Like what? But anyway, so Debbie ends up saying yes, and she's like, yo, I'm not gonna give him to Cecil. All they gonna do is experiment.
Cecil's suspect though. You know.
Cecil's always suspect.
Cecil's super suspect.
And he's having his own issues with Donald.
Yeah.
Because
Donald's freaking out that he's a cyborg, but then he later finds out that he agreed to becoming a cyborg and having his mind erased.
Every single time.
Yeah. So he died multiple times. All the times he died is crazy. Yeah. He got crushed. Yeah. He got blown up.
But my question is with that is Cecil specifically said, Omni-Man shielded you from, most of the blast, so they would preserve your brain. But in other instances,
his brain is completely crushed.
He's completely crushed. So it's like,
it makes no sense. Unless they regrow him.
I don't know.
I mean, I think they have the ability to clone. So if anything, they probably did regrow parts of him, and then what was too complicated to replace with machinery.
Okay. So yeah, he ended up going back to college, back to the Amber stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Complete waste of time.
I don't think it was a waste of time.
Complete waste of time. So then as he gets back, He drops Oliver off and then has to
Go back to
immediately
space.
go right back
Yeah.
out to space. And they have to fight the star aliens from
Mars.
last season from
Yeah.
Mars. And it's just looking crazy.
Yeah.
You got Adam Eve, you got Immortal, you got
The Martians are.
the Martians.
The Martians are like, we're trying to get. Who is that? What's that name of the Martian that defected to Earth?
I don't remember.
But they were coming after him because he
Yeah.
was the one that caused the whole thing. In
It's
the
all
first
his
season.
fault. It's all his fault. So
Yeah.
while they're out in space,
Yeah.
something that the Lizard
Lizard
League,
League,
the
yeah.
Lizard League, they
Might as well call him that. Are they the Lizard League?
that's the name,
That's
Lizard
stupid.
League. So
The Lizard League.
they end up infiltrating a government base that
Yeah.
has nuclear warheads,
Mhm.
and they're like, we want demand and stuff like that. So Shrink Ray, Duplicate, and Rexplode
Yeah.
end up fighting them, and
Duplicate was getting bodied left and right. Like,
I don't even know. Like, I look back on it and
Mm.
I'm like, yo, I know the dude from the Lizard League had super strength.
mhm.
It was a big dude. He had super
Yeah, he was
strength.
durable. He had durability.
But the way that she looked all mangled, like he threw her into a screen and she just broke in half.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, like, is he really throwing her that hard?
And Duplicate's not that big either.
She's not big, and that's all her power is.
Yeah.
It's Duplicate. Like,
That's
so
the thing. I was trying to figure out if she has like some type of super
No.
strength, so she just duplicates
She just duplicates.
and just beats you in numbers.
Yeah, that's it. And she just, she got hands a little bit. So
Clearly, she got a little bit.
a little bit.
It's not enough.
So so she ends up dying.
Yeah. She gets crushed. She was kept trying to separate, which makes sense because if your ability to duplicate, you don't want the main version of you to get killed.
Yep.
And she kept
Getting caught.
shadow cloning.
Shadow cloning.
She
really?
kept shadow
Naruto?
cloning, and then she got caught and crushed, sandwich style.
So Shrink Ray was able to kill one dude.
She
Went
blew up
into
in his
his
head.
eye.
Yeah, I think she blew like some blood vessels in his
Something
brain.
like that, and then
Maybe.
popped right out of his eye.
Yeah.
But then she went to the
big guy.
the big guy, and she shrank. He caught her, ate her live,
Mhm.
and she tried expanding,
Yeah,
getting
Rex
bigger.
was like, she don't stay small.
She don't stay small, but this dude crushed her
Yeah.
inside. Like
But that was kind of crazy. Like the fact
His
that
neck looked crazy. Like
yeah,
I
but he
thought
squeezed her back in with like his muscles. Like that's
because he has super strength. So like,
that's
listen,
crazy.
yeah.
He's
So,
like,
yeah. So yeah, after Rex Exploded by himself, he has to fight. He's already in a fight with this other lizard lady,
Yeah.
and she is slashing and
yeah, she's getting his.
slashing into him all types of crazy.
Yeah.
So he ends up
He's-
throwing one of his little exploding
The bars?
the bars at her,
And cut her in half.
cut her in half. She's
Yeah.
done, and then the big dude eats his hand.
Yeah, he bites his hand
He
off.
bites his hand,
the
but
explosive.
he had an explosive in his hand.
And
He
blows
bites
his
his hand
head
and
up.
blows his head up.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
the leader of the Lizard League
Pops him in the back of the head.
pops in the back of the head. He's like,
Yeah.
"Yo, just do it."
Yeah.
Pops in the back of the head, and it's like, "Damn, yo, Rex Exploded, you're done."
So we thought.
He gets
So
up.
we thought.
He gets up and he's like, "You motherfucker!" Like on some Denzel Training Day. Like he's like, "You shot me in the head. You shot me in the like you shot me in the head." Like yo,
Can't believe you shot me in the fucking head!
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He ends up killing him with the
with the nub.
yeah, the hand that got bitten off. He stabbed him in the head with it.
Yeah, he's trying to punch him, but
Yeah, but he
stabbing him in the
head.
face.
Yeah,
He's stabbing him in the face with marrow.
Yeah, so he's dead. And then they're like, oh, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, you know, I'm pretty much invincible."
Then we find out that end up finding out that Ray is alive, but all her bones are broken.
Yeah. Which makes
So-
sense because she was trying to expand and he just crushed it back in.
Yeah.
So- It was interesting though. I thought I don't understand how she really survived, but you know, gotta save somebody.
Then we get into the last two episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 7, the Guardians of the Globe try to give Mark
A break.
a break
Yeah.
because he just can't have a normal life.
Still can't have a normal life.
And on his date with Amber, in comes Anissa. Anissa is one of the worst, most egregious characters in the comic books.
No, she's egregious.
She's going to bug out on him.
Hey, it's
We didn't see it yet,
Yeah.
but she's going to bug out on him.
yeah, but
And she takes Amber by the
Nick, yeah,
and it's like, yo, if you move, I'm squeezing her head like a cherry.
yeah,
Like it's
she's
over
like,
for her.
you wouldn't get to me fast enough.
So
And he was ready. He was primed.
he was, but he was not gonna beat her.
yeah,
So they end up having a conversation and
saving a cruise ship.
and then they fight, and she fucks him up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so
And she's older than him.
Yeah.
So
that's the end of Amber.
Yeah.
Finally,
yeah, she couldn't take that risk of.
always being in danger.
Well,
Kind
she
of like
was-
think
she
about
was never
Spider-Man.
she was never in danger. That was the first time she was like fully faced with danger. Like
I think the main thing was, and Debbie talked about it. When Nolan was out being a superhero, she was always alone.
mm-hmm.
So, you're asking a 18-year-old college girl to like, yo, I'm gonna be your girlfriend,
yeah,
but I'm never gonna be around.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like,
yeah.
it is what it is. And then at the end of episode 7, we get Angstrom.
Yeah.
Home invasion. Got Debbie and Oliver, and all hell breaks loose. So the final episode, season 2, we got Angstrom versus Mark.
Angstrom just rolled up into the house like, "Hi, Mom." He's like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Coming home." I think his balls got sucked up into his body when he heard Angstrom's voice when his mom called. Yeah, 'cause, yeah, this man, he made it back home. He made it back home in time, but
That was all by design, though. Angstrom wanted him home.
of course,
Angstrom wanted him home.
Angstrom-
So Angstrom starts. Mark is trying to fight him, but Angstrom starts throwing Mark into various different dimensions. Dinosaur dimension. Dinosaurs talk now.
well, in that dimension they were talking.
Dinosaurs talk.
But
And
they were intelligent. They were like, it's like a Homo sapien.
Neanderthals were extinct.
Yeah.
So there was no.
He said he could
humans.
talk.
He's like, he could fly. We like, we can't eat him.
He's sentient. He said we can't eat him. He's like, I still want to know what he tastes like. Pause. I'm just saying.
So so Angstrom is having Mark go through various different dimensions.
Yeah.
And he's fighting various different foes in each dimension.
Yeah, or he's just running into or becoming friends with different people that in each dimension.
Campsite.
Yeah,
So,
the campsite. Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Batman.
Oh god, he met Batman. So you're a man and dressed like a bat, and your name is. I kind of felt some type of way about that. I really did. I was like, yo, like, you know what? It's not fucking lazy. But yeah. So all the while, Angstrom is terrorizing Debbie and Oliver,
Yep.
like throwing her to the ground, talking shit, telling her, that your son is evil,
Yeah,
and
she brings it to light that he's the one that's being evil in this dimension. Although Mark is evil in his in the collective's dimension, but in the dimension that he's in now, Mark is good.
Because he's seeing all the memories from
Yeah.
all the other angstroms.
Yep.
And he's seeing that they're killing
Yep.
his sons
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that, or
yeah.
his loved ones.
Yep.
But like you said, Debbie brings to the point, like,
Yep.
you're the villain.
Yep.
He loses his shit.
Breaks her arm.
Loses
Pow.
his shit. And it wasn't that bad in the comic. Like, it just, her arm just looked limp in the comic.
Wow, he broke her arm.
But in the
He's look like he's about
the
to-
cartoon, it looked, you
look
saw a
like-
bone. It just looked bad.
Yeah.
And Mark was able to finally, like, Angstrom kept bringing him back because
Yeah,
he had to bring him back to send him into a different one.
And once he saw that, he
And
was
once
like,
he
nah,
saw
he's
that,
like full speed. He's like,
yeah.
I'm coming for you.
He's like,
Yeah.
I gotta.
He's like, I
you
gotta get
go.
him. Yeah.
So
He's like, you gotta go.
So Angstrom starts, fighting him and punching him through different various dimensions. And it's not looking good. It's actually looking like, yo, Angstrom, you actually might have a chance.
Yeah. And then Mark stopped holding back.
And then they got to I think that was a nuclear fallout dimension.
The desert.
The desert, I think it was a
yeah.
nuclear fallout
Yeah.
dimension. And Mark just starts bugging on him.
Yeah. He stopped holding back.
The amount of blood
Yeah.
that Mark had on his on his body, his face, everything.
Yeah. And then
Just looked bad.
but when he stopped hitting him, he's like, I thought you were stronger. He's like, I'm sorry. I was like,
So Mark has finally gotten his first kill, and
it broke him.
it broke him.
It was just kind of annoying to watch because I was like, man, I get it because he didn't want to fall into the same category his father was, but to break down like that, like you seen what he did to your mother, like he was going to kill your mother if things didn't go his way, so he had to go, like that is this point. It is written out there. He has to go.
While I agree,
Yeah.
I just think that from Mark's mindset,
Mm-hmm.
he's so scared to become his father, and the fact that all of the other
Variations of
all
him,
the other variations
Yeah.
went down that same path.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's really battling with
I get it.
not being his father.
I get it, but it'd be one thing if he did it without a clear cause. He had a clear cause. Like, he was going to kill your mother and your brother just to get to you.
So I don't know. Reports say that season 3 isn't going to take too long.
That's good.
Too long to come out.
I'm not trying to wait another
2 years, was it? A year?
Was it 2 years?
Something crazy.
Yeah, I'm not
But
trying to
remember,
wait
you
forever.
gotta
just to-
remember the writer's strike and stuff like that.
Did the writer's strike affect
Affected a whole bunch of stuff.
Amazon
I'm not sure if
storylines?
it would affect everyone, right?
I think it's Hollywood basis, and maybe. Yeah.
But I don't know. So what would you rate season 2?
I guess to 8.5.
8.5. Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed. Good.
Good action.
Good 8.5.
Good action. Good story. A few down points that are like, I didn't need animation at point. Some points were like, I didn't need.
We didn't
that.
need Amber that much.
But overall, I give it a strong 8.5.
All right. Well, if you enjoy what you heard, you want to be a part of the conversation, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell more friends.
All right, let's get this community going, guys. Peace.